These are the 5 things that I would switch out immediately in order to reduce your toxic load. If you watch this channel, you know that I spend a lot of time focusing on nutrition and making really good food that we put in our bodies to help us feel our best. But there were some things that I was using that I didn't realize were actually adding to the toxins and forever chemicals that were leaching into the food that I just spent so much time preparing to make me feel good. It's like reversing the effort that you just put in. Welcome back to Organic Essentials, where we make real food recipes. Today, we are gonna talk about the 5 most toxic things in your kitchen that you wanna swap. And I bet you've got at least 1 or 2 of these items in your kitchen right now. These are just some things that I've learned through my own personal research. What we're gonna talk about today is well documented in a lot of spaces, so I just encourage you to do your own research. Let's get into it. Number 5, swapping your plastic food storage containers with glass food storage containers. The thing about plastic, when you heat it, you're gonna get those microplastics leaching into your food. You do not wanna get this hot. So if you are gonna use plastic containers, just leave it for cold or room temp items, but if it's anything warm, you wanna avoid that. Even though it says microwave and dishwasher safe, that basically just means it's not gonna melt, but it doesn't mean it's safe for you to ingest. It's gonna leach microplastics into your food. Cool thing about glass containers is you can recycle a lot of the ones you already have. So say you bought something that came in a glass container, just wash it off, peel the label off. Let me know if you wanna see a video of like how to easily get the labels, the sticky labels off of like glass jars from like containers you buy, you know, so that you can reuse them. That way you don't have to buy a lot more. But look, I've got bay leaves in here. I do this for a lot of stuff. Spices, teas, food, soups, and it works just the same. So you can recycle jars and not buy any glass containers, or you can buy some and just keep reusing them, and you can throw these in the dishwasher or wherever if you want. If you notice, there is a plastic lid on this glass container, which is totally fine because I'm not putting the food on the lid and I'm not heating the lid. When you heat food up in here, you obviously take the lid off. Personally, I like to hand wash these plastic lids as well so that they're not also going into the really hot dishwasher and leaching those plastic chemicals into the rest of my cookware. That's a personal choice, but definitely if you use these and just keep reusing them, they're super safe. Number 4 is switching to a glass tea kettle. I started out using an aluminum tea kettle and it would rust. And eventually I was like, I kind of don't want this rust getting in my tea that I'm drinking or the water that I'm boiling to cook with. So I ended up switching from that to a ceramic tea kettle, which worked great until that started rusting. And then I started learning about the coating that they line the kettle with over time can leach into your boiling hot water, which also isn't great. It started to chip, the paint and the coating was chipping. I'm like, this can't be good. And it started rusting too. So then I learned about glass tea kettles and I was like, okay, this is the one, this is it. Because obviously it's glass, you can't chip chemicals and paint and rust into your water. It's literally just glass. This one has a stainless steel bottom. The top is plastic, but I actually don't like to pour my boiling hot liquid through this plastic strainer. I use a stainless steel strainer whenever I'm like boiling teas and whatnot. And I'll actually just lift this and pour the hot water into whatever, or tea into whatever I'm gonna be drinking it or using out of. So this little baby is my stainless steel strainer. Basically, I like to drop loose leaf tea or herbs or both in here, and I'll just close it up. It's got tiny holes so it doesn't leak through, but again, stainless steel, pop it in here, boil your water. And like I said, I like to pop this off so that I'm not boiling this plastic strainer here, so I don't need to use this, but I'll just pour the hot water or tea or whatever from here, the spout. So this works really well for me. I drink a lot of tea, so definitely was not trying to drink heavy metals and all kind of stuff multiple times a day. So I feel a lot safer with this glass tea kettle. Number 3 is swapping out my plastic utensils for stainless steel and silicone. I'm gonna show you what that means. So cooking utensils, we got tongs, strainers, spatulas, okay? Whisks, all right? This isn't painted. Your paint chips aren't gonna get all in your food. Just stainless steel, stainless steel. Same with my measuring cups. I used to use plastic measuring cups and measuring spoons. The only reason I switched was because sometimes I'm pouring hot liquid into these, especially when it comes to the cups, right? I switched to a stainless steel funnel from a plastic funnel because a lot of times I find myself pouring hot broth or juice or whatever it is I'm cooking, and I did not want to continue to pour boiling hot anything into those plastic utensils because that's leaching into my food, which leaches into your body and gets the hormones all out of whack. Super, super rough on your endocrine system. That's why I switched to these. I've got some silicone utensils too. This is a little spatula, spoon. This is a brush, silicone brush, okay. I use this as like a serving spatula rather than when I'm cooking with high heat. I'm gonna use stainless steel, but this works great as a serving spatula because you can get silicone hot without it leaching into your food, but you don't wanna get it like crazy hot, if that makes sense, just to be safe. At least that's a personal choice that I make. So this spatula, these I like to use when I'm making bread or, you know, all kind of stuff. It's not getting too hot, honestly. Like I don't use this in a burning hot skillet, right? But this is a serving spoon. Okay, or you could use wooden spoons. Wood is good too. Wooden spatulas as well. So when it comes to scalding hot anything or boiling hot anything, I'm gonna be using my stainless steel kitchen utensils. All right, number 2 is switching from plastic cutting boards to wooden cutting boards. Tried and true, sturdy wood. This is solid every single time. You can cut whatever you need on it and it's not gonna just chip away and add plastic to your food, which is something I used to do and I didn't realize was happening with my plastic cutting boards. Just like this has like these cuts and lines all in it in the wood, my plastic boards were looking like that. And there's no way that plastic wasn't getting in my food. That's why they call it microplastics. So you don't notice, it's like little bitty pieces as you're cutting and chipping away at it over time. That's definitely getting in your food. Not to mention, if you're cutting anything hot on the board, we know what happens, you know, with hot plastic, you know, and what it's releasing, right? With wood, it's pretty safe. You can use it. Even if I get a little wood in my food, it's not gonna kill me. Other thing, wood is naturally antimicrobial. You know, clean it as you would with antibacterial soap and honestly, you'll be good to go. Also, wooden cutting boards last a lot longer than your plastic ones. I don't know about you, but when I had my plastic cutting boards, I had some like super thin ones and then some thicker ones. But honestly, they didn't last that long before they got all like, before it got really concerning. I'm like, I probably should just throw this away because I'm definitely eating plastic and not knowing it. But with the wooden cutting boards, they do last a lot longer. Like I've had this particular board for about 5 years. No, this one for 3 years. And I mean, it doesn't have any breaks in it or whatever. So I don't know, you can make it last even longer by, some people add like a food grade safe coating to their boards. And they're really particular about that. I obviously haven't done any of that. It doesn't look the prettiest, but it's really functional and I'm gonna use this till it freaking dies. So it's great, love it. Real quick, before we get into number 1, I wanted to mention a couple of honorable mentions that I think are actually super important and you should know about. So switching from plastic water filter pitchers to a glass one. This one By the way, not sponsored. This is just what I happen to use right now, which is Water Drop. It's a glass water pitcher. So this bottom is like a little silicone bottom so that you don't break the glass as you're setting it on your hard counter. You just replace the filters like normal. But the cool thing, and obviously the top is plastic, but I mean, we're just putting cold and room temp water in here, so that's fine. But over time, we drink so much water out of these filters, it's probably good to just have it sitting all day in glass versus a plastic container. Since it's something I use not just every day, but literally multiple times every single day, that's the thing about this. It's like, you don't have to switch everything in your kitchen right now, because that would be so expensive and time consuming, but it's more so the things that you're using multiple times a day, every single day, and also the things that you're like getting hot and heating up. Those are the most important things that you do want to swap out. At least for me, that's been the most important things I wanted to focus on first. And since, again, we're drinking water all day, every day, that's why I switched to this glass pitcher. So I really like it so far. And then speaking of switching from plastic containers when you're drinking water, I also switched from plastic water bottles. You know, unless we're just traveling and on the go and can't find anything else, a lot of times I will bring and drink out all day at home or on the go in this stainless steel tumbler. I just throw in a little stainless steel straw and a silicone tippy so I don't break my teeth if I run into it while I'm drinking it. Yeah, honestly, this is great. They're super easy to clean and they're great. So just going along with water, drinking it all day, every day. So I'd rather not store it in plastic that can just leach into the water I'm drinking all the time. Also, I like to drink warm water. Like in the mornings, I'll have like warm water with some lemon. So anything that's warm and acidic, you definitely don't want it to just be sitting in like hot plastic as you're drinking it all day. That's something good too. I can put hot, warm, anything, tea in here, it'll stay warm and it's like not dangerous for me to be sipping on. So like I said, swapping plastic, so plastic cups into recycled glass jars. So of course for tea and stuff, I use, I have ceramic mugs I'll get from the thrift shop or whatever. And then I've got glasses, and then yeah, I like to keep my glass jars. So we talked about storing food in these, which you can totally do, but also you can totally just drink out of these. They're really great. Number 1, this is the most important swap I've made. I say it's the most important because these get fiery hot, super, super hot. You're scraping things on them. You're using them every day, every time you cook. These are things that are going on your stove and in your oven that get the hottest. They have to withstand hot temps without leaching toxins into your food, which are gonna go into your body. I switched from non-stick cookware to exclusively cast iron and stainless steel. I love this. I actually thrifted. You can find a lot of this stuff thrifted, by the way. You don't have to just spend thousands of dollars switching all these right now. You can thrift cast iron and stainless steel in a lot of places. So this I thrifted a lot of years ago. I don't even know from where or when, and it still works super great. I pop popcorn in this. I make soups in this. I do all kind of stuff in this pot, okay? I love these cast iron Dutch ovens. These are gonna be your best friend, and you don't need but a couple of them. This small one, like saucepan size, I got this one from Aldi for like maybe 20 bucks. And then I don't even remember where I got this one, but I've used it like 1,000 times just in the last year, and I'm gonna continue to use it. They last forever. You can pass these down to your kids and grandkids if you really want to. These are great because this big boy right here works as a roaster. So I use this as my roasting pan. All right, I've roasted tons of chickens and chuck roasts in here. I've baked bread in here, made lots of soups and all kind of stuff I've made in here. So really anything I can do with this, I do with this too, except this can go in the oven as well. Shout out to Lodge, also not sponsored, but amazing company. They make great products that literally last forever. Cast iron is the freaking best. All right, so this small one I use this the same as I would used to use my nonstick saucepans. So I make sauces in here, I make queso in here, I steam vegetables in here. I have a little stainless steel steamer that I will put in either of these and put my veggies, frozen veggies or fresh veggies on top and steam them. I do all kind of stuff in here. Speaking of cast iron, you cannot go wrong with cast iron skillets. I promise you, they last forever. And again, a lot of these you can just find in thrift shops. So this small one, shout out to Lodge again. Lodge makes great cast iron cookware. This one is a grilling pan. So if you can grill your meat or your peaches and veggies, asparagus, any of that, grill it on here on your stovetop. I love cast iron. You can get one in every single size. I have one that's bigger than this that I keep. I do a lot of stuff in. This and this one we do eggs in, things like that. Eggs, steak. God, you can cook pretty much anything on it. The only thing with cast iron, if you're doing anything acidic, so say something that you are adding vinegar or wine or tomatoes, personally, I would use stainless steel, or, you know, these are fine because they're safely coated, but the thing about acidity and cast iron, it releases the natural irons from the pan and you might taste it, which normally you're not gonna taste the iron, but that's the only thing. So like if you're cooking anything acidic, maybe use your stainless steel. That's what I do. But for anything that's not acidic, which are most things I'm cooking, typically cast iron works super, super great. Also, if you're iron deficient, by the way, cooking with cast iron is a great way to just naturally add some irons to your body, like outside of supplementation, something that's not bad to do. And if you're not iron deficient, it's fine. It's not like it's adding that much iron to your body, but it's really good for you because our bodies need minerals. I can't say enough good things about cast iron. I love cooking with cast iron. And just the fact that they last forever is pretty wild. It's a really cool material. Quick thing about cast iron, they do require a little extra love when it comes to keeping them not rusty and clean, right? So it's actually not that hard. I know some people really overcomplicate it. Honestly, all you wanna do is keep it dry, right? So when you're done cooking with it, you can wash it. This is a little bit controversial, but yes, you can put soap on your cast iron. I wash my cast irons with Castile soap. It's gentle, it's not freaking lye soap. You're not gonna damage your cast iron with a gentle soap, okay? I went to the Lodge Cast Iron Museum and they tell you there you can use soap on cast iron. So thing is, whether you use soap or not, once you clean your cast iron, okay, you get the bits and pieces off, then you just want to season it. So all that means is you wanna dry it, grab a towel, cotton towel, dry it, right? And add a little bit of oil to your pan. On the inside, I also do the outside too. You don't need a lot, just a little bit, just wet a little bit of your fingers, boom, boom, boom. Or you can do it with a towel. And then just put it on your stove or in your oven, let it get hot, dry out all that moisture so that it doesn't rust. If you don't season it, it's gonna start sticking to the pan. It's gonna be really annoying to use. Just comment below if you wanna see a video of how to properly wash and care for your cast iron pan. Also, people talk about stainless steel and how things stick to it as well. I used to hate cooking with stainless steel. Personally, I prefer cast iron pans to stainless steel, but when I learned how to cook with a stainless steel pan, honestly, it's also not that hard. I've got a short that actually shows how to cook with stainless steel and not have your food stick to it, but all you wanna do is crank up the heat, get it hot first before you add anything to it, drop a couple droplets of water in it, and once the water drops are rolling around, that's when you know it's hot enough to go ahead and start cooking in. I've cooked eggs on a stainless steel pan, and for the first time, I think it was last year, nothing stuck at the bottom, and I was so proud of myself because I used to hate cooking in stainless steel pan. Somebody could say the same for cast iron, literally the same thing could happen, but you just have to know how to use them, right? That's it. It's well worth it, honestly, for your health, because the thing is with the nonstick pans that I used to use all the time because they're cheap and easy to find anywhere, but as we are cooking on them over time, we're scraping them. You ever see those lines on your nonstick pan over time? You're gonna have them because that's what happens. You know, you scrape food off of it, it happens. But those little scrapes, you know, that PFAS are getting into your food. It's micro, you don't notice it, but over time, right, in your hot food, it's releasing into your food and we're eating that, and it really does fluctuate and mess with your hormones over time. Just something you don't want in your body. We don't need to have these extra heavy metals and extra, you know, microplastics, extra chemicals and things that just add to our toxic load in things that we're using all day, every day. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Comment below if you enjoyed this video. If there are other things that, you know, you found helpful that you've swapped in your kitchen, let's share in our community and kind of help each other out. Or if you have any questions about anything I've mentioned today, feel free to comment below. I'd be happy to answer them. But I hope that you eat well, be well, and I will see you next time. Very good. Bring out the dancing lobsters.